Okay, well, I got a Belkin uninterruptible power supply, a Belkin UPS. And let's get a look at the bottom of it here. There is the pertinent information. So let's see, what is there a model? I don't, 325VA 211. Model F6C325-SER, so that would be a 211 watt output on this unit, output current 12 amps. So the customer says it doesn't do anything. So I'm going to get it right side up here. We'll zoom out just a little bit, and I'll grab the power cord, which is live, by the way, and it plugs in back here. The battery door is missing off of this unit, and the battery does show a little bit of corrosion. So I do have it plugged into my Variac, where I can actually monitor the current. I'm going to hit the power button on it. Maybe I have to hold it. And I get no lights at all. Nothing. Interesting. Not even a replaced battery light. Okay, well, let's get this put over here. And I'll bring out my kilowatt. It is turned on currently, so I'm just going to plug it in here and see it doesn't do anything. So I'll remove it. So this is just the surge side. This is going to tell me if it's actually receiving power at all. And yes, it is 128 volts. I guess I should turn my Variac down just a couple of volts. There we go, 120. That's fine. Try the power button once again over here. Now that we have a stable 120 volt AC input. And it does absolutely nothing. So it does have a circuit breaker on the back of it here, and it does not seem to be tripped. It does not show a site wiring fault. I'm going to pull the battery out and just check the battery before we go any further, just in case it just needs a different battery replaced into it. So there's the negative, there is the positive, and can I just, oh, it is in there. Try to give it some linear impacts. Oh, it is stuck. Holy crap. It does not want to release. It did come back just a little bit, and it is wedged in there. One moment, this may be violent. Well, okay, the battery has been removed, and it looks like it got melted a little bit, and it's very hard to see on camera, but it is bulged. And so what is the date on this battery? So what is that? 121221K13. So is that 2013, 2012, 2022? I know it's not 2022. That thing is way older than that. This might be the actual original battery that came in it. And if I had to guess, I would say probably 2012 is when this thing would have been new. Possibly older. I'm not sure. So let me see if I can find a suitable replacement battery. And I do have a couple square batteries. So where's the amp hour on this thing? So it is a 12 volt, 23 watt cell, 1.67 volts, 15 minutes. But I don't see an actual amp hour rating. Sometimes it'll say 12 volt, 5 amp hour, something like that. But nevertheless, we'll get the voltmeter out here and just see if we see any voltage. Well, we do, 0.3 volts. That's not too terribly bad, I guess. Well, let me see if I can find a suitable replacement battery, like I said. I'll be back. One moment. Well, unfortunately, I couldn't find a suitable replacement, but I do have a used battery right here that I use for testing. It does have some amp hour ratings on it as I was testing it. Now, it hasn't been charged other than just a few moments recently. So 13.3 volts, that is certainly much better than we had with the 0.3 volt battery. So it does have smaller terminals, I do believe, than the original. So what I'll probably do is try to mash these down just a tad to try to get it to make better contact with the battery. Okay, I think that's going to be good. We'll go ahead and drop the battery in here, and hopefully it fits a little bit nicer than the one that had to come out of here. It's still pretty tight, but it is in there. No sparks, that's a good sign. Get the power cord back here. And we shall plug it into AC power. Oh, look at that. I get something. I got a blinking light for a moment. That means that the microprocessor thinks something's going on in here. So we'll hit the button on it. Nothing. Maybe you got to hold it. Something beeped. That's a good sign. Briefly, I got an online light. Very dim though. Yeah, it is on. Look at that. I do have light. Wow, really dim. Is it actually working though? I'm going to say not. I shut off the power and it should have done something. Okay, that time when I powered it up, I got an on battery and a replace and possibly an overload. Let's try that again. And that time I got nothing. Oh, something's doing something. I hear it buzzing. It's testing the battery, I believe. Okay, I think it passed the test. It seems to be on. Could it have been just as simple as it needs a new battery? Let's go ahead and move this out just a little bit. So I'll know it's working if I plug it into here and I get voltage on the kilowatt. And look at that, I do get voltage. So will it actually back it up? Let me kill the power and see what happens. And no, it will not. Shoot. Well, I was certainly hopeful. So I powered it up once again, and I do see the battery backup plus surge protection is active. It shows it's online. Let me press it, and it should go into a test mode, I thought. I'm sorry if you can't see those lights, but I can barely see them. Brief test. Brief push maybe puts it into test. I know the switch is... Okay, all of them blinked. What the heck does that mean? Alright, this thing's driving me crazy. I may have to actually try to find a manual for it to figure out what the different presses actually mean. So if I press it short, like that 1 second, everything blinks, then it shuts off. No voltage over here. Give it 2 quick presses, like I'm tapping a mouse. Long press. It shows it's lit up right there. Hard to see. But it is actually lit up. How do you do the test? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's obviously off. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's online, and I've got voltage over here, so that part is actually working. But when I remove the voltage, it should actually kick in the UPS part, and that is certainly not happening. Well, let me see if I can figure something out on this. One moment. All right, so I thought to myself, why don't you test the battery that I'm putting in there just to see if this junkyard kicking around battery might be crap. And I'm going to say, well, we can get connections on it maybe. Wow. Okay, there we go. Inner. And this thing only goes down to 30 amp hour. Clamp fault. Are you sure, or is it a battery issue? Well, let's measure the voltage. I only get 11.8 volts. It's toast. That battery is toast. Well, I do happen to have a different UPS battery. This is a 7 amp hour, I do believe. So will the tester actually test it? Put it back down to 20 amp hour, even though this is probably only a 7. Excuse me, 30. Enter. Oh, it does show testing. 51 cranking amps. That's not bad. There's the ESR I wanted to look at. Internal resistance is 57.44 milliohms. And yeah, rated 240 amp. Nope, don't worry about that number whatsoever. It just tells me this is a good battery. So I wonder if some of these UPSs gave you the option of 2 different types of battery depending on how it was installed. So will a large battery... Ooh, it does fit. Look at that. Well, let me lay it down this direction. And we'll get these connectors connected. Maybe it was just the battery the whole time. Okay, connections are attached. I'll bring it back out in this orientation right there. We'll apply some power to it and see what it wants to do. Well, it clicked once again, so that's a good sign. Let me get the kilowatt back out here. And it's got about a 10-foot cord I put on it so I can use it in various places. See if we get voltage over here, and no, we do not. Well, let's hit the power button, press it and hold it, and see what happens. It clicked, it beeped. Power light is on, and we do have voltage on the output. Now, if it powers up successfully, normally these things will do a power test after a few seconds. So we'll just wait and see what it wants to do. And it does not want to do anything. Okay, let me see if I can figure out what is going on. Let's just kill the power, see if it actually does something. Oh, look at that. It's actually working. It's putting out 120, 18, whatever, 15. What is the actual frequency of this thing? 60.02 hertz. We'll give it AC power once again. You should hear it click. And it is actually working. It went back to 60 hertz. So once again, power off. And power back on. And it's actually working. That's it. It just needed a battery. And of course, my battery was toast as usual. What else would you expect? Anyhow, there you go. Fixing your Belkin. What the heck was the model number? Excuse me, what the heck? F6C325-SER. Made in China. Well, of course, all the best stuff comes from China. This thing might have been abused at one point. It's got a broken bottom there. But anyhow, I'm just going to go ahead and donate this battery to the customer. They can have it back at no charge, other than like a half-hour labor to diagnose this thing. All right, thanks for watching. Everyone have a great day. And once again, bye-bye.